All right, let me talk to you about something that I've been wanting to see for a very long time and something that I am very happy that I did get to see. Let me start off with this right now because I know a lot of people are going to hop on my dick about it. Spoiler alert. I am going to ruin the movie for you if you have not seen the movie. The movie we're talking about is Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Just came out Friday. If you have not seen Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, I will ruin the movie for you. I'm going to talk about the beginning to the end, my thoughts and everything about it. So if you have not seen this movie, this will ruin it. Please do not watch it if you have not seen the movie. I'm saying this for everyone who has told me to make sure to let them know that there are spoilers in this video. This is a spoiler video. Okay, roll it. So Demon Slayer Infinity Castle just came out. I'm sure all of you have seen the trailer of the Infinity Castle with everyone busting through the wall, the insect breather Shinobu fighting Dome and everything like that. So we're going to start from the beginning of like where the fights are and to the end. I'm not going to talk about every little detail, just a little bit of criticism I have and some things that other people complained about and everything like that. So let's start off with the movie first, and then at the end we'll talk about our thoughts and everything. At the beginning of the movie, you have Shinobu. Shinobu is the insect breather. She's the one who cannot behead a demon. She injects poison within the demon. She gives you a fight, and when I mean a fight, I knew that this woman would be a badass Hashira. You don't really see that though at all in the anime. Through all the seasons, all the episodes, everything, you don't see that until right at the beginning of this movie, and it is amazing. The mosquito move that she has, down to the centipede move that makes her move so fast. It's so fast the demon can't even keep up with her because of how fast this breathing technique is. It's her last Hail Mary. And she does good. She injects poison in this demon multiple times, but Dome is able to, he's able to fight the poison and regenerate from that, and the poison just doesn't affect him anymore. He's able to become immune to it. But you only see her go all out for like 20 minutes. You get a full backstory of her sister. This is the same demon that killed her sister. It's the same demon that's just been haunting her life. She's been working her whole career to kill this demon. She gives it one final blow and she loses. She dies. She dies right off rip. She dies in like the first 20 minutes. I'm not even exaggerating. Within the first 20 minutes, it is the very first fight you see, and she dies. It's so quick and sudden that it's kind of washed over in a way to where you don't see it at all take effect anymore in the movie. She dies, the crows inform everyone that she's dead, and then they move on with their lives and go from there. It was sad. It was not a good one in my part, but I know, and before anyone hits me with it, I understand manga readers. I get it. In the manga, this is how it works, and in the manga, it goes like this, and I don't care. I don't care about the manga. Never read it. Don't plan on reading it. I'm watching the movies. This is all about strictly anime. Do not bring your manga into this. In the anime, we do not expect her to die that quick. Moving on. The next scene you get serpent breathing and love breathing. I don't know these guys' names, so I'm going to refer to them by breathing. I'll also be putting pictures up on my left. It should be your right or your left. But over here, where my hands are, there will be pictures of the breathers that I'm talking about. But snake breathing and love breathing. These two go out. Snake breathing protects the love breather because they're both in love with each other. So he takes out a big horde that's going after her, and then you never see them again. Deleted. You never see him again in the whole movie. Then it flips to Stone Breather and Muchiro Mist Breathing. These two run the entire movie. The whole movie, they're just running. They're doing nothing else but talking and running. And then you head over to Wind Breathing. He cries because the master died, kills one demon, and then just, that's it. And then you never see him again. And then we wash over into Zenitsu. And Zenitsu, this is where the fucking heart-stopping moment in the movie came up. When we saw Zenitsu, everyone in the theater shut the hell up. We all shut the hell up because we knew some shit was about to go down. And it did. Believe me, it did. So the note that everyone's been wondering what happens, again, manga readers, this is not about you. This is everyone who's only been watching the anime. The note that Zenitsu got is that his Gramps, the sensei Hashira that trained him, committed, I forget what it's called. Gramps commits Sabuku. Sabuku, for anyone who doesn't know, is a Japanese way of leaving this earth. It's a way in Japan that people do to not be a part of this earth anymore. Usually with Sabuku, though, you have someone who takes a blade to your neck and that ends you. So you don't feel pain, and it's a very quick and simple process to do really quick. He did it by himself with no assistance. So that means that Gramps suffered. And Gramps did that because of the person Zenitsu fights, which was his co-senior, the above Zenitsu. He became a demon. They both know thunder breathing, and his co-senior Zenitsu's became a demon. So now we have a demon slayer. We have a demon slayer that became a demon. It's very confusing at first. It kind of gets a little confusing. But Zenitsu fights him, and that's why Zenitsu's locked in, because he knows that this guy became a demon and that Gramps committed Sabuku. So that's why all this anger happens and everything. Now, this is a very interesting scene for a couple reasons. Reason one, we find out what's on the note. We find out why Zenitsu's locked in and why he is ready to go to town on this guy. Two, we also find out that a demon can keep his breathing techniques and use blood demon art within the breathing techniques, if that makes sense. If you watch the movie, for anyone who has, when he draws his sword, electric comes off of it, but it's a demon electric. And when he strikes Zenitsu, the electric cracks his actual skin. A lot of people were wondering like what's going on with the cracks on his face and his body. They're actual cracks on his body. It's not like an aftermath or like a scar. It's a physical crack that is opening up his body. And the cracks almost went to his eye. If the cracks went to his eye, he would have went blind. So these cracks are very devastating and very, very deadly from what it portrays in the movie. But we find out that demons can hold breathing techniques. I don't know anything about demon number Upper Moon 1 that has the 6 eyes, but he has a sword. I don't know if he has a breathing technique or if there's something that he knows, but that makes him more scary if he does have a breathing technique. But Zenitsu goes on. We find out that Zenitsu made his own thunder breathing form number 7, where he only knows 1. Now he knows 1 and 7, which he created 7 to kill this guy. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah that he did it. When he beheaded this demon, everyone was so happy. We were so happy that this demon was gone. And then we kind of move on from there. It was a little disrespectful because the crows did not announce that this demon was dead. The crows were announcing and keeping everyone updated, like Shinobu died to Doma. And then later on, we'll talk about another reason, what the crows say and everything. But when Zenitsu beheaded the demon, the crows didn't say nothing. And that's either A, the crows didn't know it happened, or it's just washed over to where it wasn't important because he wasn't like an upper 3 or 4. He was an upper 6. So being that he wasn't that high on the totem pole, I don't know if the crows didn't see that as that important of a deal, if that makes sense. Now, when Zenitsu is rescued and everything, we find character development within the non-ranking demons. The demon slayers, the non-ranking demon slayers that wear just the brown suits and not the Komodos. We find out character development within them throughout the movie. They're able to take on demons by themselves. They're able to keep the Hashira protected. And they're also learning breathing techniques as they're going. We notice one who was back when the spider family, the spider demon family, the demon slayer there, the non-rank that survived and ran away, he learns water breathing. He uses water breathing second form, water wheel, in front of Zenitsu. And it was awesome to see that character development because that shows promise in the future of other videos, that these guys know things and they're going to be able to actually help in the future of breathing techniques. After Zenitsu beheads this demon, we get to one of the best parts of the movie. The only part of the movie that actually mattered. It all mattered, don't get me wrong. We see Kabuchuji in a cocoon healing, and we see other demons on the side kind of in their own little realms. It's weird that each demon has like its own room. Like Dome's in like a peaceful like creek with bridges and stuff. Upper rank ones in a room with like a bunch of columns and stuff. Like each one has like their own little space that they have to go to. But Giyu and Tanjiro, we pan back to Giyu and Tanjiro as they're running and hauling ass, and out from the sky, from God himself, it seemed like, Akuza. Akuza came in, and Akuza was ready to beat ass. Akuza was ready to put hands to belt, belt to ass, and put his finger straight up your nostril and pull it, dude. He was ready, and I was ready to watch him get his ass whooped. They brought up Rengoku again. I almost cried. When they brought up Rengoku again, a tear left my eye, and I'm telling you right now, dude, it hit. It hit hard when they brought him back up. Because I didn't forget about him, but I kind of wasn't worried about him because I knew he was gone, and they had to wash that memory back in my eyeballs. But after that, we get to see Giyu and Tanjiro start fighting with Akuza. Now, with this, we see Tanjiro locking in. He's pulling out moves that Giyu is shocked. Giyu doesn't even understand how he's pulling these moves. And then as Giyu's fighting with Akuza, he unlocks his mark, his Demon Slayer mark. It actually looks really cool. It's like water symbols on the cheek. He unlocks this, and then he starts putting balls to ass, dude, on Akuza. He starts going in on him, nuts to butts. Now, when this whole fight's going on and everything's happening, I'm not gonna talk shit on Tanjiro, but 90% of the fight, Tanjiro just kind of sat there and watched. For 90% of the fight, Tanjiro just kind of sat there and watched Giyu get his ass beat. Giyu was holding his own, don't get me wrong. Giyu was holding his own, but Giyu was also getting fucked up, getting hit, bleeding, not able to dodge all the moves, but he was putting a little bit of pressure on Akuza. For 90% of the fight, Tanjiro is sitting there analyzing how Akuza is able to know exactly where to fight, exactly where to strike, and exactly when a hit is going to happen. They start going through flashbacks with Tanjiro. He's flashbacking to talking to Inosuke and everything like that. And it's awesome. It's awesome to see the development of how he figures it out. But at the same time, it's not like this is all happening in a second. Tanjiro is sitting here for a good, realistically, 4 to 5 minutes in the middle of a fight. And that's not like, it's not like a 4 or 5 seconds, and then that's how fast he thought of it. Giyu is putting his life on the line for 4 to 5 minutes with Akuza and getting beat, dude, getting beat. But then Tanjiro remembers his dad. We find out his dad was a former Hashira, and he was able to kill a bear with 2 swipes, and that allowed Tanjiro to reconnect and click in his head the transparent world. And with the transparent world, Tanjiro was able to have everything move in slow motion, or move in slow motion for him, and become invisible to Akuza. Because Akuza, when he would do technique development, that thing at his feet was a compass, and the compass would detect someone's fighting spirit. That's how with Rengoku, Akuza knew exactly when a move was going to happen, exactly when the move was going to hit him, and exactly when that move was going to strike because of his technique development. So if Rengoku was able to take away his fighting spirit and not have a fighting spirit, he would have been able to take Akuza out in a couple seconds. Couple seconds, he would have took Akuza out. Because when Tanjiro, when I tell you right now, when Tanjiro locked in and figured out this whole transparent world and everything, and like what he needed to do, the art that you saw his eyes just go straight for the neck, it was beautiful. It was amazing. Here's where you piss me off. Akuza is talking to Giyu. They're looking at each other. Tanjiro found out how to hide his fighting spirit, so he's sneaking up on Akuza. He has a clean line for the neck, clean cut. Akuza has no idea he's even alive. He's right behind him, doesn't even know. And he yells to Akuza, "Hey, I'm gonna behead you." He had all the time in the world to cut the neck and not say nothing. He could have said dead silent and cut his neck off. No, my man had to aura farm. He had to aura farm and tell Akuza he's going to behead him. Now, when this happens, Akuza panics. He realizes he can't see Tanjiro or see his fighting spirit. Tanjiro immediately, before Akuza could even blink, slices his neck off. Here's where you probably have seen a lot of memes on TikTok, and you've seen a lot of memes being referenced and everything of that motherfucker's cheating with Akuza. When Akuza got his head cut off, he grabbed that bitch and put it back on his neck, and he started reconnecting his neck to his head. He started reconnecting it. Luckily, Giyu threw his sword and bounced his head off, which caused the head to disappear. The head vanished. And we're like, oh, that's right. And I yelled it. I didn't yell it in the theater, but I said it. The people next to me heard it because they laughed. And I said, fuck that bitch. Oh my God, I am tired of his ass. I am sick of his ass. I was so happy he was gone. And then my enemies won. My enemies won because this bitch, this fucking bitch, started fighting. His body started fighting without a head. His neck healed and like grew into itself. He started fighting without a head. And I'm telling you right now, belt to ass. He was twisting nipples like purple nurples were free on Sunday. He started beating ass again. Now we do get a little bit of backstory. This is where a lot of people had complaints about like, oh, Akaza's backstory was so long. It was like half the movie. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it being that long because we're finally learning about these demons. I am curious about these demons. Where do they come from? Why does he fight with his fist and not a weapon? And this and that and the third. So I am curious, and I'm very happy they did explain his backstory. His backstory told us a lot. It told us a lot about the movie. One, he doesn't hit women. If you notice in the movie, any of the times he fights or any of the times he throws hands with anybody, he never hits a woman. Two, he fights with his hands. It explains why he fights with his hands, why he has tattoos on his face and arms and body, and why his hands are the only thing that he has to fight with. It's the only item he has to fight with. And three, it shows us why he's just so, like, he's ready to beat ass, dude. Akaza had a fucked life, dude. Akaza had a very bad, harsh life, and I felt for the dude. I did cry a little. I teared up a little when they went through Akaza's life and everything, because this dude was robbing money to try to save his dad. He got beat by the police or by the council, I guess, or committee. He kept getting beat and everything. And then this guy came and saved him. There was a sensei that beat his ass immediately and then put him into his dojo. He said that I'm going to need you to take care of my daughter because I need to go work. Akaza taking care of his dad, he's used to this. He starts taking care of this guy's daughter, you know, feeding her, bringing her water, taking her to the bathroom for a couple years. And then the owner of the dojo asked him, will you marry my daughter and will you take control of the dojo? Will you control this dojo and marry my daughter? And Akaza, for the first time in his life, felt happiness. He got what he wanted. A safe place, people to accept him, and someone's hand in marriage. And I was happy for my boy. Now, I wasn't happy for the demon form. I was happy for his human form. I was so happy he found it. Obviously, we know that it didn't work out because he's a demon, and this is all backstory. But I was happy that, like, this was happening to him. He left. The other dojo hated him, so they poisoned the water, which killed his wife and his sensei or master, whatever you want to call it. Because of that, he went and killed 67 people in the dojo that killed his family. He killed 67 men, barehanded, killed them. They said that they were beaten so bad, you couldn't even tell who had a head and who had an arm. There was eyeballs disintegrated from how hard he punched these guys. And they thought it was a demon. Muzan went to go see what it was because he didn't remember sending a demon to do anything like this. And when Muzan found out it was human, he immediately shoved his hand through his head and made him a demon. And that's why Muzan liked Akaza so bad. And that's why Akaza is so powerful and is still able to be in here after disobeying Muzan multiple times. But we find this about this backstory. This backstory tells us a lot. The dude never gives up. The dude has a lot of anger and a lot of fighting spirit and just is ready to go and get stronger. Now, a reason that he's able to he was able to almost reattach his head. He was able to fight without a head. And the only reason he died was because he wanted to go. He died because he wanted to go. And the reason that is because he had so much inside him to keep going. He's also been alive for a few hundred years, guys. A lot of people were saying like, oh, how can a demon regrow his head? The motherfucker was alive for a few hundred years. He is not your normal run-of-the-mill demon. He was an upper 3 demon. Like, the dude can do things that other demons can't do. That's what happens when you are an upper 3 ranked demon. That's what happens. But he finally is gone. For anyone who was wondering, who's watched this because you don't care, you'll see the movie in like a year or something. Akaza's dead. Akaza is gone. He's never coming back. He is gone. All right. Thank God. Thank God, he's gone. Okay, we'll never see Akuza again. Akuza is dead, done, dead to rights. Gone. And then after that, Tanjiro and Giyu are done. They are out of commission right now. I don't know how they're going to come back or how they're even going to do any more in this movie. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how Zenitsu, Giyu, or Tanjiro are going to do anything in any other movie. Because they're all three done. Shinobi's dead. The little girl that she came that couldn't talk and had to flip a coin to make decisions, she's now fighting Dome at the end of the movie. Stone breathing, mist breathing, they're just running. Serpent breathing, love breathing, they're nowhere. And wind breathing, you don't even see. Like, you don't see these guys. You don't know where these guys are. You have no idea where these guys are. Tengen's at the end. Tengen is defending the castle, or defending the kids that have crows flying around searching for everything at the end with Rengoku's dad. They're both defending the kids. But at the end of the movie, Tanjiro and Giyu are done. They're out of commission. Zenitsu is out of commission. I don't know if they're going to have like some magical healing demon serum for them. If they're going to somehow just lock in even more. I don't know. I don't know what they could do. Giyu's sword also broke. I forgot. I'm sorry. Akuza broke Giyu's sword. I don't know what these guys are going to do, or how they're going to be able to. I don't know how they're going to be able to even do anymore, unless somehow we get seasons in between where they get out of the Infinity Castle and are able to heal, and then maybe like hop back in the Infinity Castle. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The movie is projected to come out in 2027, and the movie after that is supposed to come out in 2029. But that's basically a rundown. That should break down the entire movie. I am sorry, this is a long video. My thoughts on the movie. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 movie. Everything about it was a 10 out of 10. I know it follows the manga. That's why I'm not mad about what's happening. It's following the manga to a T. And that's why I'm not mad that Shinobu died at the beginning. It is upsetting. I'm not mad about Akuza's backstory. I'm not mad about Tanjiro or Giyu being out of commission or anything. It's following the manga. I respect that. For what it gave me, 10 out of 10. I need the next movie today. I need the next movie today, dude. I'm telling you right now, I need that motherfucker right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, today. That's how invested I am now, because it made me more invested. The movie made me more happy. It made me more excited to see it. There was tears shed. It was 2.5 hours, but it didn't feel like it, dude. I was so happy for the whole 2.5 hours to watch it. It was so good. But that's my thoughts on the movie. I loved it. I loved the movie, everything down to it. Tanjiro unlocked a new, not a new breathing, but he unlocked a new move. He's now becoming a Hashira. He is showing us why his training paid off, and his mark is starting to reveal itself why he is the main character. Zenitsu learned a new breathing technique. He locked in and fucked up his co-senior, his brother, basically. And it was awesome. I'm excited to see what the other Hashiras can do as far as Serpent, Love, Stone, and Mist, and Wind. I'm very happy to see what these guys are doing. And very happy just to see how it turns out. So I loved it. If you guys need an opinion on should you go see it or not, yes, go see it. 100%. Check it. Take it easy. Have a good one.